Hey fool, you a bunker?
Ahoy hoy! Welcome to the channel for those of you just joining us for the first time, and a thank you to everyone returning. In today's video, I'm going to be shooting STORMHOUSE, a local punk band, as they rehearse a new song here at Bomb Shelter Studio. I'm actually pretty excited about this since music has always meant a lot to me growing up, and I don't get many opportunities to shoot bands off stage. And by that I mean at all. But my drunk ass managed to talk myself into their good graces when I caught them after a set the day of the Women's March. So thank you, Jack Daniels. I'm not expecting to get anything too great today since I know I'll be nervous as shit, but I needed to get myself out there this year since I've been wanting to create a series on women and people of color in the hardcore and punk scene, and I can't fucking do that if I stay at home with my cameras just collecting dust. I need to get out here, start building relationships, working on connections, and just generally being a fucking adult, you know? Anyways, gear. I'll be taking out my Nikon F100 and pairing it with a 24-70 2.8G and TMax P3200. It's a similar setup I used back when I used to shoot bands at a local skate shop and a few venues. The amount of beer that's been spilled on my cameras in those mosh pits. Unfortunately, as I've said in a previous video, my Sekonic light meter is DOA, so I'll be relying on a phone app to, meter the light, meaning expect some grain there. I've also been on something of a Polaroid kick as of late, so I'll be bringing out my OneStep Plus. And I know I'll be hating those color shots until I switch over to the black and white pack. Stick around to the end to hear a mini review of these films, and you can hate me if you want, but punk and black and white film just go together, alright? They didn't make the rules. On to the video.
About that. Get on it. Get with it. Get with it. Quiero get down toro.
That's the video. A special thank you to STORMHOUSE for putting up with my awkward ass and allowing me into their space. Seriously though, thank you guys if you're watching. I'll be linking to their music down below for any bunkers following this channel. They're seriously a blast to hear live, so check them out if you're ever in the Orange County area. Very likely you'll see me there. As for my feelings towards the shots, I was very glad to finally get something of a good shot of the drummer, though I know I could always do better, judging by those few shots I took on my Sony after I went through that roll of T-Max. It pains me to say that on what is primarily an analog channel, but the truth is it's hard to beat digital in low light, especially as a vertically challenged guy who really needs that flip out screen to get those high angle shots. That said, P3200 really didn't disappoint aside from my less than perfect composition, despite me using my phone as a light meter. I actually prefer the look over my digital edits, so there's that. As predicted, I wasn't a huge fan of the Polaroid shots I did in color, and though that might be due to some issues with exposure, after owning this camera for several months, I'm finding I just really don't like the color packs at all. Granted, I have seen some good shots with this film, that's just never been my experience. I don't know if it's due to what I'm shooting, but I seldom get any keepers. My blacks are always, well actually, my colors are usually really muddy for my liking and the highlights are super blown. It might be because I'm in the desert and it leans towards the pink side, but then at the same time when I try to take care, it still ends up really washed out. It's crap. Yeah, it really doesn't help that it takes about 30 minutes for a shot to actually appear. And if you've ever checked the back of the package, it advertised a month before the colors set in. So it's not like I can make the proper adjustments in time. Really not helpful for situations like today. I realize this can be improved with practice and understanding how the film works under different lighting conditions, but at 16 bucks a pack and a long wait time to see shots develop, it's hard to be anything but frustrated when an entire pack turns out poor, especially if you don't have the money and time to be testing out lighting conditions. And especially if you forget what your settings are after the fact. And while I know that sounds like a scathing review of the OneStep Plus as a whole, it's really geared more towards the color film because the black and white film packs are amazing. Not only are they relatively quick to develop at 10 minutes, but just look at them. Ugh, so amazing. Enough said. I'll try returning to this topic when I get a working light meter though, and can stomach the cost. But again, I've been sitting on these shots for a while and holding back my criticism because I know people probably wouldn't like it, but there you go. Maybe you can give me some tips. I'm gonna wrap this up now before it turns into a OneStep Plus review because I actually recorded one of those last year with Bree, and now that I was able to rescue the footage from my old laptop, I'm gonna get back to work on that and try posting it while I'm away at San Francisco. Yeah, look at me, posting 2 videos a day apart and then promising another while I'm away. How ballsy of me. As always, thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like button, comment if you're so inclined, and don't forget to turn on notifications so the YouTube algorithm doesn't keep us apart, because I'll miss you. I'm gonna end this video with a few words from the people at STORMHOUSE. Until the next video, keep chasing that light.
Brought to you by TMax, the best.
Get that shit out of here. Tonight on STORMHOUSE. Oh, you can find our music on Spotify, BandCamp, Apple Music,
Google Play.
Google Play.
And all your favorite streaming services.
We're
as
on
well as
Instagram.
We're on Napster.
We're on Napster. We're on, what's that other one? LimeWire. We have a Facebook, STORMHOUSE Compound. And then we're also on Instagram, _STORMHOUSE_. Oh, sorry.
1, 2, 3, Casa de Tormenta, 1, 2, 3.